good afternoon, good morning, or good night to anyone watching to this third episode of the Key Product Alerts of Nextbox Travel Technology. It's actually a series of podcasts in which we introduce new Nextbox features and or have conversations about the technology that we use within our channel manager. Normally we do a short, sweet demonstration. This time we will have a bit longer talk and no demonstration. But for those who are not familiar with us as Nextbox, we are a connectivity provider, a channel manager that solves and provides solutions and seamless connectivity solutions for between accommodation partnerships and leading travel agencies and or online travel networks. My name is Lennart. I'm the Director of Global Partnerships here at Nextbox, based out of the headquarters in Almere, which is close to Amsterdam. And today I have with me Max. Max is our machine learning engineer, and we are going to discuss the very cool topic of artificial intelligence and machine learning. Max, maybe you want to give a short introduction of yourself, and then we can take it from there.
Yeah. So thanks for introducing me, Leonard. So I'm Max. I've been actually working for Nextbox for over 5 years now, since 2016, and was also one of the first major developers, and have a background in artificial intelligence. I've been studying artificial intelligence for a while now, and since last year, we decided to really start this journey of using AI and machine learning in the channel management landscape, I could say.
Yeah.
So thank you for inviting me, and let's give some insight on the projects that we have been working on here at Nextbox.
Yeah, so thank you very much for the introduction. Yeah, you have been a familiar face to the Nextbox family for quite a while already, and but now you have completed your studies on machine learning, artificial intelligence. We can really go in depth on this topic. And but first of all, why for a channel manager should we even talk about machine learning and artificial intelligence? I know that the rest of the world is talking a lot about it and what it can bring to their value proposition. But what can artificial intelligence or machine learning, what can that bring to Nextbox as a competitive value or a value proposition addition?
Yeah.
Can you elaborate a little bit more on that?
Yeah, so I think, like you said, we've seen machine learning and AI, especially, which is more of a buzzword, been very big recently, right? And I think there's a very good reason for that, and that's just because the world is becoming more and more about data. So we
Yeah.
are dealing with these lots of vacation rentals, and all of those vacation rentals have data, right? And to decisions based on the of like what is really going on. Well, it's going to be very hard to do that if you just look at one sample at a time, right? If you just look at one property that you put up for rental, what if you put up thousands, then it's going to be very hard to really make thorough decisions without data, right? So that's where AI and machine learning have come from, and I think 10 years ago this was very hard, but now a lot of things are possible. That's
And then if you can
that's
then go on to some of the specific needs that machine learning and artificial intelligence can solve. What are those at the moment?
yeah. Yeah, I talked a little bit about data-driven decision making,
Yeah.
and so when we put our properties live, basically we want to know something about, what kind of bookings do we expect, which channel does the best fit the best to the property we have, these kind of things, right? And also, if you look at a property or a vacation rental that you're gonna rent out. Um,
Yeah.
if your photos are lacking, this kind of stuff all matters, right? And we can
Yeah.
use AI
Correct.
to use that to give an indication about that. Yeah.
Yeah, and so you've touched upon already quite some points, but especially to define who needs to be onboarded where and what value it can bring towards the accommodation partner. I think that's really an interesting topic. And yeah, I would love to hear from you actually how artificial intelligence can make those decisions of accommodation partners a lot easier. Because nowadays there are like maybe over 450 sales channels, and that number is only growing. Uh, and yeah, every channel has its own capacity and its own strong points and strong areas for demand. How would you see that artificial intelligence can help us to prioritize who needs to be onboarded on what channel? But moreover, how can you foresee that it will help accommodation partners in selecting the right channels for them?
Yeah. To be able to do this, you really need to have to look at the characteristics of each channel, right? So when looking at some of our partners in the UK, for example, we know that they have a certain customer base. So in the end, it's all about the customer, and so a property that goes live on one channel might do very well there and a little bit less well on another one. And because uh, these patterns will also come back in the data, and so we can also learn about that and then make informed decisions based on that, right? So yeah,
Yeah,
that's kind of where you're going towards.
yeah, yeah, indeed. So the data analytics becomes really important, and predicting in the future what a property can expect when they are onboarded on a certain channel. That is even the golden egg where everyone is talking about. So putting this technology into products, right? What kind of products do you see Nextbox launching over the coming period towards this accommodation partners to make this whole conversation a bit more tangible?
Yeah, so looking at different kind of aspects of the whole story, right? But
Yeah,
um, one of the things that we really want to improve on upon, and also I think that's something that defines us at Nextpex, is that we content. So, and what do I mean with that as well? When we connect with our partners with, they send us all kinds of content, the pictures of the houses and amenities and these kind of things. And so we know that this kind of stuff is very important if you are going to be booked. If you have good content, that also means that you will very high in the listing, in the index,
yeah,
and this kind of stuff. But of course, then the crux is a lot of our partners don't have a full inventory of all the content that every property has, right? So, and we can use AI to help with that. So one of the products that we, for example, already launched is that we have every property that comes in has certain kinds of amenities, and then we use AI to already give us, hey, with what kind of amenity is this? And that just helps with the whole onboarding process, right? So, and that's just like
yeah,
a small
indeed.
step.
Yeah, so actually we are able to identify on a picture, basically, what that picture is. And so, for instance, with Booking.com and with Expedia, Airbnb, they all want the photos to be tagged. And we see that this part is missing from a lot of the import technologies that we absorb. And so therefore we can't distribute these tags. And AI is really helping here. Machine learning is really helping here to see the photo, detect what's on it, and then to give the tags. But we can even go a step further, right? Not only providing a tag, but we can even say, well, on this picture where you have this gym, what kind of attributes are actually in the gym, correct?
Exactly, yeah, yeah. So that's the next level that we are looking at, and so currently we already had this situation like you described, right? We could already recognize, hey, it's a gym, but
Yeah.
we couldn't yet recognize, hey, this is a home trainer or whatever, right? But that's the next step we are also looking at.
Yeah, and so that really helps then the accommodation partner to obviously, okay, it's not only anymore about, hey, this is a nice enhanced feature, but it's actually taking away a lot of hassle to constantly check upon your characteristics in our system and to make sure that it is eventually displayed very well on all the channels. You can just take the latest up-to-date pictures of your nice accommodations, and we can basically unravel what's on those pictures to build up amenities, but to also build up descriptions, to make a lot of things already prefabbed and ready, like how they are now building a house at the moment. It's like the walls are ready, the roof is ready, the windows are ready. Just put it together, and you have a beautiful place to advertise.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. And so there are many more interesting things there that you could do, right? So uh, yeah.
And so, what does the future hold for Nextbox users when it comes to AI being implemented in their channel management software?
Yeah, so currently we working a lot on the first topic that we kind of talked about and touched upon
Yeah,
is that the kind of giving, hey, what are the right channels for your properties, right?
yeah,
And that's and to achieve this, we have integrated data from our major partners. So I want to also mention that, and also are looking to integrate more data, right? So that's also kind of what we opened this talk with. That's really the most important topic here is that we also integrate live data. Like for example, it checks this property. Hey, I want to book this. Then that is really valuable information. So we are working with
yeah,
that. So that's in the pipeline. And then I think the second thing, like we were also talking about, is that they call it neural networks that classify images, and that's the technical terms. But yeah, we want to next go on to object recognition, and I think that's also very much in the pipeline. And I have worked with that in the past, and also it's going to work very well, my
yeah.
experience. So that's very cool as well.
Yeah, and especially the first point, right? Because if we are able to consume a lot of demand data from the various channels and sources that we work with, we can actually tell, yeah, accommodation partners that we are seeing the following demand in the following destinations from the following channels,
Yeah.
and this is how you should play into it. Or these are the prices. Are they high or are they low in versus competition? And so actually through the help of artificial intelligence, you can actually build a whole revenue manager incorporated in your channel management software, correct?
Yeah, yeah. So that's also something that could be very interesting for the future. Of course, that's still a little bit on the horizon, I would say, but yeah, very cool.
Yeah, but it's always good to think ahead of what the possibilities might be. And
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
because
because currently
uh,
in the ecosystem, what you have is you have a revenue manager, you have a PMS, you have a channel manager, and if you can start to integrate somewhat of these functionalities together by yeah, plotting the revenue manager and the channel manager together, I think that becomes a very powerful solution for accommodation partners.
definitely, because in our journey, and that's also nice to already talk a little bit about, is in our journey of trying to estimate, hey, where is the demand for certain properties, right? We also saw that, hey, the characteristic of our properties or the characteristics. So think about it's a house that has a pool, and where is it located? That already really gives a very good indication of, hey, is the price also right for this house, right? Or what kind of price should you ask for it?
Yeah.
And that's also very important. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that we want to own the pricing strategies of our accommodation partners, but I think with the help of all that demand data, we can really advise them, okay, based off the demand, based off the competition that you're having in a particular region, our advice would be to increase your rates and earn more, or decrease the rates to get more traction with bookings, etc.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that sounds like an exciting future, Max, and really hope that you can put a lot of effort in this journey and that we figure out a very nice solution together. Um, what would be the top three cliffhangers that you want to stick out there with the accommodation partners? Why is artificial intelligence going to change the way they distribute their properties in the future?
Yeah, so I think really the power of machine learning and AI is in the sense that it's very different from data analytics, right? And
Yeah,
this is sometimes hard to explain to people, but really what machine learning allows you to do is that you can really give a recommendation, like very concrete, right? You can very concretely say, hey, this picture is of a gym, or this picture has a home trainer on it, or it has a pool, right? And and that's very interesting information and about. And I think, in the past we always had statistical models, and that's also very nice. But it just gives you an idea of how the data looks, but it doesn't give you an idea of what should I do, right? And I think that's still we are really looking at making things actionable, and I think that's maybe the cliffhanger that I would like to end on.
Well, that's very good. I think you nailed it on the point there, and I'm very excited of what the future might bring in on this topic, and I'm looking forward to all the solutions that we are going to have. For now, I think that is the wrap up. I think I would like to thank you very much for your attendance today. I think it was a very cool topic to discuss because not a lot of people are fully aware of what it can do. So thank you very much for sharing your insights. For all our viewers today, for our next topic, usually we would announce it already now, but for now we're going to keep it a secret. So it's going to be a big bang next time, new topic, and we will announce it when it's ready. But you have to wait for a bit. Meanwhile, you can follow our LinkedIn and YouTube channels to make sure that you review the past podcast series, which was, for instance, about the reservations overview, about the distribution API we launched. And if you want to have more information about Nextbox in general, you can just go onto our website or our LinkedIn page or contact us in any case, and we'd be happy to help. For now, Max, again, thank you very much for joining, and to all the viewers and yourself as well. Please join next time, and thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you.